Daniel Cochran leads the race, charging ahead with fierce determination. Articulate Fox leads the pack, charging ahead, leaving rivals in the dust. Daniel Cochran charges into second, closing in on the leader fast. Articulate Fox storms to P1, charging ahead, leaving rivals in the dust. Daniel Cochran charges into P2, closing in on the leader. Articulate Fox leads the pack, charging ahead, fierce competition hot on his tail. Charlie Top Hat charges forward, battling fiercely for second place. Daniel Cochran leads, charging ahead, with fierce competition, closing in fast. Saint Dito charges hard in P2, battling fiercely for the lead. Articulate Fox rockets into third, closing in on the leaders. What a move! Saint Ditto charges into P2, closing in on the leader fast.
MX5 battles fiercely, fights for fifth, gaining ground on the pack.
Slepin charges into fourth, eyes on the podium, fierce determination driving him forward. Saint Dito leads the pack, charging ahead, relentless and unstoppable. "25 minutes left. The tension ramps up. Drivers push harder. Stakes are higher." MX5 charges forward, battling fiercely for third place, closing the gap fast. Slepin charges forward, P6, eyes locked on the top 5. Max Yang charges forward, battling fiercely in fourth place, eyes on the podium. Brew Hop 60 battles fiercely in 6th, eyes on the 5th place. Max Yang charges into P4, closing the gap, fighting for every inch. Daniel Cochran charges through the pack, now P7, closing in fast. Articulate Fox leads, sets blazing best lap at 1:53.842. Daniel Cochran charges forward, fighting for 4th, pushing hard through the pack. Charlie Top Hat charges to 3rd, clocking a blistering 2:03.110 lap. Kyle's 32 charges from 8th, slicing through the pack, gaining ground fast. Left Sink Handle charges forward, battling fiercely in P7, gaining ground. Daniel Cochran charges into 10th, battling fiercely for every inch on the track. Articulate Fox leads the pack, charging ahead, eyes on the prize. St. Dito charges in 3rd, clocking a blistering 2:00.645 best lap. Slappin charges through the pack, battling fiercely for 5th place. Daniel Cochran charges into 6th, closing in on the top 5. Brew Hop 60 charges forward, battling fiercely for P10. The pressure's on. "20 minutes left. The tension builds, drivers pushing limits, racing for glory." Phantasm surges forward from 10th, battling fiercely for position. Daniel Cochran battles fiercely, pushing hard for a top 10 finish. Thrilling action ahead. Brew Hop 60 charges through the pack, battling hard for P10. Articulate Fox leads at P1, setting the fastest lap with a blistering 153.128. Kyle's 32 charges through the pack, now up to 8th place. Phantasm charges forward, battling hard in P7, eyes on the prize. Saint Dito charges forward, P5, closing in on the leaders. Relentless speed. Daniel Cochran battles fiercely, holding strong in 8th position. Brewhop 60 rockets to P7, sets a blistering best lap of 2:02.216. Grandmaster Matt 44 charges into 3rd, clocking a blistering 154.639 lap. Saint Dito charges forward, fighting for 5th, closing the gap. Daniel Cochran battles hard, fighting for every inch in P12. Rick Nicholson charges forward, battling fiercely in 10th place, eyes on the prize. Charlie Top Hat in P7 sets a blistering best lap of 159.626. Max Yang charges hard, battling for P2, closing in on the leader. Rick Nicholson charges forward, battling hard for that coveted top 10 spot. Phantasm surges to P12, gaining ground in a force battle. "15 minutes left. Drivers push hard. Tires squeal. Positions shift. Tension rises." Left sink handle rockets to 6th, clocking a blistering 158.588 lap. Daniel Cochran battles fiercely in P12, pushing hard for every inch. Articulate Fox rockets to 1st, blazing past the competition, pure speed unleashed. Charlie Top Hat battles fiercely in ninth, pushing hard for a top 8 finish. Daniel Cochran charges hard, battling for P12, gaining ground, pushing limits. Charlie Top Hat battles fiercely in ninth, eyes on the prize, pushing hard. Left Sink Handle battles fiercely in P7, pushing hard for a top 6 finish. Brew Hop 60 charges to P7, setting a blistering 157.520 lap. Rick Nicholson charges ahead, slicing through the pack, now P9. Daniel Cochran charges to P5, setting a blistering best lap of 155.134. Kyle's 32 rockets to P12, nails a blistering 200.932. Left Sink Handle charges into ninth, battling fiercely for every inch. What a drive! Kyle's 32 battles hard in 12th, pushing for a top 10. Brew Hop 60 charges into 8th, pushing hard for a top 5 finish. Saint Dito charges to 11th, sets blazing best lap at 200.610. Max Yang rockets to P3, sets a blistering best lap of 154.249. Ten minutes left. Drivers pushing limits, tensions skyrocketing, positions shifting. It's a nail biter. Articulate Fox storms into second, closing in on the leader fast. Saint Dito battles hard, fights for position, currently 12th, pushing for more.
Slap-in charges through P7, clocking a blistering 156.958. Articulate Fox charges into second,
closing in on the leader fast. Kyle's 32 battles hard in P12, clocking a blistering 159.522 lap. Grandmaster Matt, 44, charges in 5th, setting a blistering 154.542 lap time. Slappin charges hard, battling for 6th, eyes locked on the prize. Kyle's 32 battles fiercely, holding 12th, pushing hard for a top 10. Left sink handle charges forward, battling fiercely for 5th, pushing hard, gaining ground. St. Dito battles fiercely in 13th, closing the gap on the pack ahead. Articulate Fox charges into 2nd, closing the gap on the leader. Fierce battle ahead. Max Yang charges in 3rd, clocking a blistering 153.915, pushing hard. Articulate Fox charging hard in P2, closing in on the leader. Kyle's 32 storms into P9 with a blistering best lap of 156.929. Slappin battles fiercely in 10th, pushing hard for a top 10 finish. Bobbert battles hard, clawing up to 14th, pushing through the pack. Five minutes left, tension rising, drivers pushing limits, positions shifting. It's all on the line. Mogo charges forward, battling fiercely for 6th place. Charlie Top Hat charges through 12th place, blistering best lap 158.642. Grandmaster Matt 44 charges into P3, battling fiercely for the podium. Charlie Top Hat battles hard, pushing for P12, gaining ground on the pack. Kyle's 32 rockets to ninth. Best lap, 156.871. Pushing hard. Articulate Fox charges hard in second, closing the gap on the leader. Mogo charges hard, slicing through traffic, now in P6. Articulate Fox charges into second, closing in on the leader. Relentless pursuit. Daniel Cochran storms into fifth with a blistering 154.426 lap. Slappin charges forward, battling hard for P10. The pressure mounts. Grandmaster Matt 44 charges to third, sets a blistering best lap of 153.899. Left sink handle charges forward, battling fiercely for sixth place. Articulate Fox battles fiercely, holding P2, pressure mounting from behind. Grandmaster Matt 44 charges into P3, closing the gap, eyes on the prize. Articulate Fox charges hard, closing in on the leader. Fierce battle brewing. Max Yang charges forward, battling fiercely in fourth place, eyes on the podium. Grandmaster Matt 44 fights hard, holding third, eyes on the leaders, ready to strike. Slappin charges through the pack, racing fiercely in 10th place. Left sink handle charges forward at P7, smashing a blistering 155.634 lap. Slappin charges forward, battling hard for P10, eyes locked on the prize. Grandmaster Matt 44 charges into P3, closing in on the leaders fast. Bobbert battles in 12th, sets a blistering best lap, 158.370. Slappin charges forward, battling hard in P10, pushing for more. Phantasm charges ahead, commanding the lead with fierce determination. Slappin charges hard, fighting for 9th, relentless on the throttle. Bobbert charges forward, slicing through the pack, aiming for P11. Left sink handle charges forward to 7th, gaining ground, pushing hard, eyes on the prize. Max Yang charges forward, battling fiercely in 4th place. Left sink handle charges forward, battling for 6th, eyes locked on the prize. Wings up, drivers push hard, Zandvoort's tight, qualifications heating up, strategy crucial, tension rising. Slappin rockets into 5th, chasing down the leaders, fierce and focused. Grandmaster Map 44 charges ahead, slicing through the pack at P7. Bobbert charges ahead, closing in on 5th place, relentless pursuit in full swing. Mogo charges forward from the United States, now battling for 4th place. Rick Nicholson surges to 7th, gaining ground, pushing hard, eyes on the prize. Mogo charges to P3, closing in on the leaders fast. Max Yang surges forward, battling hard in 11th position, eyes on the top 10. Bobbert blasts to P6, gaining 11.10 seconds, charging ahead. Mogo charges to P3, extending the gap to 0.10 seconds. Articulate Fox leads the pack, stretching a 0.15-second gap. Best lap 153.210. "25 minutes left. Tension builds. Drivers push harder. Every second counts." Max Yang charges forward, battling fiercely for third place. Mogo charges to P4, gaining 0.17 seconds, closing in fast. Mogo surges to third, clocking a blistering 153.808, just 0.598 from pole. Rick Nicholson surges to P8, gaining 0.88 seconds, pushing hard. Rick Nicholson charges to 8th with a blistering 157.575, 4.365 off pole. Left sink handle charges ahead P7, gaining 0.16 seconds on the pack. Left sink handle charges to 7th, clocking a 155.801, just 2.591 off pole. Mogo rockets to P3, stretching the gap to 0.23 seconds. Mogo seizes provisional pole, clocking an impressive 153.472. Rick Nicholson charges to 8th, gaining 0.33 seconds, pushing hard. Rick Nicholson charges to P8, clocking a 157.327, just 4.117 off pole. Left sink handle charges to 7th, gaining 0.33 seconds, pushing hard. Left sink handle charges to 6th, clocking 155.489, just 2.279 off pole. Phantasm seizes provisional pole, clocking a blistering 152.857. Brewhop 60 climbs to 8th, clocking 156.237, just 3.380 off pole. Max Yang rockets to P5, clocking a stunning 153.717, just 0.860 off pole. Bobbert battles fiercely in 13th, pushing hard with 20 minutes left. Charlie Top Hat charges forward, now 10th, gaining ground with every lap. Bobbert charges to 13th, gaining 0.10 seconds, pushing hard for more. Charlie Top Hat charges forward, battling fiercely in 10th place. Bobbert charges to P13, gaining 2.69 seconds, pushing hard forward. Bobbert charges to 12th, clocking at 2:00.0786, chasing the leaders. Charlie Top Hat charges to 10th, gaining nearly a second. Charlie Top Hat rockets to P10 with a blistering 158.494, chasing the leaders. Phantasm leads the pack, 0.11 seconds ahead, setting a blistering 152.857 lap. Bobbert charges to 14th, gaining 2.76 seconds, pushing hard for more. Phantasm leads P1, stretching the gap to 0.19 seconds. Incredible pace. Left sync handle charges to 7th, gains 0.39, best lap 155.489, chasing the leaders. "15 minutes left. Drivers push harder, tensions rise, positions change. It's a battle." Left sync handle charges to 6th, clocking 155.195, just 2.338 off pole. Cochran storms to 6th with a blistering 154.526, closing in on pole. Left sync handle fights for P7, charging through the pack. Relentless speed. Phantasm storms to P1, dominating the track with fierce precision. Charlie Top Hat charges to P12, gaining 0.15 seconds, pushing hard. Bobbert rockets to 14th, gaining 2.69 seconds, charging ahead. Articulate Fox charges into second, closing the gap by 0.14 seconds. Kyle's 32 surges to 10th, gains 0.41 seconds, pushing hard. Articulate Fox charges into P2, stretching a slim 0.18 lead. Dalavalord storms to P16, gaining 4.35 positions, relentless charge. Kyle's 32 charges forward, battling for 9th, pushing hard through the pack. Kyle's 32 rockets to P10 with a blistering 155.639, just 2.782 off pole. Bobber charges to 11th, clocking a 157.198. Just 4.341 from pole. St. Dido charges through the pack, eyes set on P14. Ten minutes left. Drivers pushing hard, tensions rising, strategies unfolding. It's go time. Kyle's 032 charges to 10th, gains 0.24, best lap 155.639, chasing pole. Grandmaster Matt 44 charges into 4th, sets a blistering 153.660, just 0.803 off pole. Articulate Fox charges hard, closing in on P1. Relentless pursuit intensifies. Kyle's 32 battles fiercely in 10th, closing in on the pack ahead. Kyle's 32 charges to P8 with a blistering 155.520, 2.663 off pole. Left sink handle charges in 7th, clocking a 155.195, chasing down the leaders.
Grandmaster Matt 44 charges forward,
Slicing through the pack, now in 4th. Grandmaster Matt 44 storms to 3rd with a blistering 153.327, just 0.470 from pole. Slappin charges ahead to P8, gaining 0.39 seconds. Phantasm leads P1, pulling ahead by 0.22 seconds. Phantasm snacks provisional pole with a blistering 152.678. Time, D-Lone, charges through the pack, now 15th and gaining ground fast. Cochrane rockets to 6th, slicing through the pack. Best lap 154.526, chasing pole. Five minutes to go. Tension rises. Drivers push limits. Battles ignite. Excitement explodes. Daniel Cochrane charges to P6, clocking a 153.901, just 1.223 off pole. Phantasm leads the pack, charging ahead at P1. Pure adrenaline. Bobber charges forward, battling for 10th, pushing hard through the pack. Articulate Fox charges into second, clocking a blistering 153.114, just 0.436 from pole. Kyle's 32 charges forward, battling fiercely for 8th place. Charlie Top Hat charges to 13th, gaining 0.33 seconds, pushing hard. Kyle's 32 charges forward, battling hard for P9. Fierce competition ahead. Max Yang rockets to 5th, gaining 0.24 seconds. Fierce battle ahead. Max Yang charges to 4th with a blazing 153.456, just 0.778 from pole. Saint Dito charges forward to 14th, gaining 0.36 seconds. Bobbert charges forward, battling fiercely for P11, eyes on the prize. Saint Dito charges to P14, clocks a 159.554, closing in fast. Saint Dido charges to 14th, clocking 158.747, 6.069 off pole. Bobbert charges to P11, gaining 0.85 seconds, closing in fast. Bobbert charges to 11th, clocking a 156.142, 3.464 off pole. Slappin charges forward, now 8th, gaining 0.13 seconds. Relentless pursuit. Phantasm leads the pack, pulling ahead by 0.11 seconds. Phantasm grabs provisional pole, clocking a blistering 152.579. Qualifying in overtime, tension mounts. Drivers push limits. Adrenaline surges. Who will claim pole? Kyle's 32 leaps to P8 with a blistering 155.325, closing in on the leaders. Slappin storms to P8, clocking 155.218, just 2.639 off pole. Rick Nicholson charges to P12, clocking a 157.065, 4.486 off pole. Left sink handle charges ahead, gaining ground in P7, pushing for a top 5 finish. Kyle Z 32 in P9, clocking a 155.325, chasing the pack hard. Kyer Martin battles hard, pushing for P18 in this thrilling race. Kyer Martin charges to P11 with a blazing 156.079, just 3.500 off pole. Driver 1 charges ahead. Driver 2 fights back. Tension rises. Zandvoort roars. Phantasm leads the pack, charging ahead, leaving rivals in the dust. Articulate Fox charges hard in P2, closing the gap on the leader. Grandmaster Matt 44 charges through the pack, battling hard for P3. Max Yang charges forward, battling fiercely in 4th place. Phantasm leads the pack, charging ahead, 45 minutes to go, intense racing action. Grandmaster Matt 44 charges hard, battling fiercely in 3rd place, gaining ground fast. Articulate Fox charges forward, closing in on the leader, fierce and focused. Grandmaster Matt 44 charges forward, closing in on the leader. Fierce determination driving him. Articulate Fox charges forward, battling fiercely in 3rd place, eyes on the podium. Grandmaster Matt 44 charges forward, closing in on the leader, fierce and relentless. Articulate Fox charges into P3, closing the gap, eyes on the prize. Grandmaster Matt 44 charges into 2nd, closing the gap, relentless pursuit, thrilling action. Articulate Fox charges hard, closing in on 2nd place, relentless pursuit. Daniel Cochran charges forward, battling fiercely in P5. Articulate Fox closes in, just 0.2 behind Grandmaster Matt 44 in P2. Cochran closes in on Yang, just half a second separates them. The battle intensifies.
Articulate Fox closes in, just 0.3 seconds behind Grandmaster Matt 44 in P2.
Daniel Cochran charging hard, closing in on Max Yang in P4, just 0.6 seconds back. Kyer Martin holds 7th, just 0.2 seconds ahead of Kyle's 32. Grandmaster Matt 44 closes in, just 0.4 seconds behind Articulate Fox in 3rd. Max Yang charges, closing in on Grandmaster Matt 44, just 0.4 seconds behind. Grandmaster Matt 44 charges hard, closing in on Articulate Fox, just 0.4 seconds back. Max Yang charges P4, closing in on Grandmaster Matt 44, just 0.4 seconds back. Grandmaster Matt 44 holds P3, sprinting 0.3 seconds ahead of Max Yang. Max Yang charges forward, closing in on Grandmaster Matt 44 in 4th place. Grandmaster Matt 44 holds P3, Max Yang closing fast, only 0.3 seconds behind. Max Yang charging hard in P4, just 0.2 seconds off Grandmaster Matt 44. Grandmaster Matt 44 holds 3rd, 0.4 seconds clear of Max Yang. "40 minutes to go. The tension builds. Drivers push for every second." Max Yang charges forward, closing in on Grandmaster Matt 44 in P4. Kyle's 32 charges, closing in on Slappin, just 0.3 seconds back in 8th. Max Yang charges, closing in on Grandmaster Matt 44, just 0.6 seconds back. Kyle's 32 charges hard, closing in on Slappin, just 0.2 seconds back. Max Yang charges hard, closing in on Grandmaster Matt 44 in 4th place. Kyle's 32 charges, closing in on Slappin, just 0.3 seconds behind. Thrilling battle. Max Yang charges forward, just 0.5 seconds behind Grandmaster Matt 44, in 4th place. Kyle's 32 charges, closing in on Slappin, just 0.2 seconds back in 8th. Max Yang charges hard, closing in on Grandmaster Matt 44 in P4. Fierce battle brewing. Slappin charges P8, closing in on Kyle's 32, just 0.2 seconds back. Max Yang charges, closing in on Grandmaster Matt 44, just 0.5 seconds behind. Slappin charges 8th, dueling fiercely with Rick Nicholson. Max Yang charges hard, closing in on Grandmaster Matt 44 in 4th place. Kyle's 822 charges hard, closing in on Slappin, just 0.1 seconds back. Max Yang charges hard, closing in on Grandmaster Matt 44, just 0.2 seconds behind. Slappin charges, closing in on Kyle's 32, just 0.1 seconds behind. Max Yang charges, closing in on Grandmaster Matt 44, just 0.5 seconds behind. Slappin charges P8, closing in on Kyle's Ed 32, just 0.4 seconds back. Grandmaster Matt 44 charging hard in P4, closing in on Max Yang, just 0.3 seconds back. Left sink handle attacking, closing in on Rick Nicholson in 10th place. This is intense. Grandmaster Matt 44 attacks, closing in fast on Max Yang in 3rd. Slappin' in 8th, closing in on Kyle's 32, only 0.4 seconds back. Grandmaster Matt 44 closes in on Max Yang, just 0.1 seconds separating them at P4. Grandmaster Matt 44 storms past Max Yang for 3rd place. Max Yang surges past Grandmaster Matt 44, claiming 3rd with 35 minutes to go. Daniel Cochran charges hard, battling fiercely in P5, eyes on the podium. Grandmaster Matt 44 charges forward. Kyle Z32 storms out of the pits. Charlie Toughhat storms out of the pits, racing back into the action. Daniel Cochran charges hard, holding 5th place, eyes set on the leaders. Grandmaster Matt 44 charges P4, closing in on Max Yang, just 0.3 seconds behind. Left sink handle charges hard, closing in on Rick Nicholson, only 0.4 seconds back. Grandmaster Matt 44 charges hard, closing in on Max Yang in P3, only 0.2 seconds back. Left sink handle charges in 9th, closing the gap to Rick Nicholson, 0.6 seconds behind. Grandmaster Matt 44 charges hard, closing in on Max Yang, just 0.2 seconds behind. Left sink handle charges P9, closing in on Rick Nicholson, just 0.6 seconds back. Max Yang charges P4, closing in on Grandmaster Matt 44, just 0.3 seconds back. Cochran attacks, closing in on Yang, just 0.8 seconds behind. Intense battle brewing. Max Yang charges in P4, closing in on Grandmaster Mat 44, just 0.3 seconds back. Left sink handle charges, closes the gap to Rick Mickelson, only 0.7 seconds back. Max Yang charging hard, closing in on Grandmaster Mat 44. In P4, just 0.3 seconds back. Grandmaster Mat 44 closes in, just 0.1 behind Max Yang, in 4th place. Cochran closes in on Grandmaster Mat 44. Just half a second separates them. Thrilling battle. Grandmaster Mat 44 charges hard, closing in on Max Yang, just 0.3 seconds back. Daniel Cochran closes in on Grandmaster Mat 44, just 0.7 seconds back. Last lap blazing. Grandmaster Mat 44 closes in on Max Yang, just 0.2 seconds separating them. Thrilling action. Daniel Cochran charges hard, closing in on Grandmaster Mat 44 in 5th place, 0.7 seconds back. Grandmaster Mat 44 charges P4, closing in on Max Yang, just 0.7 seconds behind. Left sink handle charges, closing in on Rick Mickelson, just 0.2 seconds behind. "30 minutes to go. Drivers push harder, tensions rise, battles ignite." Grandmaster Mat 44 closes in on Max Yang, just 0.3 seconds behind in P4. Rick Mickelson charging hard, P9, closing in on left sink handle, just 0.7 seconds back. Grandmaster Mat 44 in P4, closing in on Max Yang, just 0.1 seconds back. Rick Mickelson charges hard, closing in on left sink handle, just 1 second back. Grandmaster Mat 44 closes in on Max Yang, just 0.3 seconds separating them. Thrilling battle. Daniel Cochran charges hard, closing in on Grandmaster Mat 44 in P5, just 1.4 seconds back. Grandmaster Mat 44 closes in on Max Yang, just 0.3 seconds separating them. Delon charges forward, now battling for 13th on lap 9. Grandmaster Mat 44 charges forward, battling fiercely for 3rd place. Charlie Top Hat fights hard in 16th, eyes on the prize, pushing forward. Grandmaster Mat 44 charges P4, closing in on Max Yang, only 1.1 seconds back. Time, Dialon battles fiercely, holding strong in 14th place. Grandmaster Mat 44 charges to 4th, sets a blistering 154.116, closing in fast. Brew Hop 60 charges through the pack, now sitting in 10th place on lap 10. Bobbert charges through the pack, now in 11th, pushing hard for more. Daniel Cochran in 5th, clocking a 154.348, just 1.623 off the best. Charlie Toffhat charges hard, battling for 16th, pushing through the pack. Cads, from Jamaica, charges hard, battling fiercely for P12. "25 minutes left. Drivers push harder, tension mounts, strategies unfold." Kyer Martin battles fiercely, holding strong in 6th position. Grandmaster Mat 44 chases hard in P4, 1.6 seconds from Max Yang's blistering pace. Kyle's 32 storms out of the pits, charging back into the race. Saint Dito battles hard, pushing fiercely in 13th place. Left sink handle charges, closing in on Slappin, just 1.6 seconds behind. Left sink handle charges into 7th place, gaining ground fast. Slappin charges ahead, fighting for P6, relentless on the track. Slappin storms out of the pits, gaining crucial ground on the leaders. Slappin drops to P8 as Nicholson storms past after pit exit. Grandmaster Mat 44 charges hard, battling for P4, closing in fast. Cads battles fiercely, holding strong in P10, pushing for more. Phantasm pulls ahead. Articulate Fox chases. 2.3 seconds separates them. Tension rising. Bobbert charges forward, battling fiercely for 8th place. Bobbert charges ahead, now fighting for P7. Max Yang charges through the pack, battling fiercely for P10.
Articulate Fox out of pits.
Grandmaster Matt 44 holds P11. Max Yang follows closely. Grandmaster Matt 44 flies out of pits, passes left sync handle for P4. Incredible move. Grandmaster Matt 44 charges to 10th. Brewhop 60 battles fiercely in 5th. Brewhop 60 and Bobbert dive into the pits, both fighting for P5. Grandmaster Matt 44 claws back, now just 1.7 seconds behind Max Yang in 9th. Bobbert and Brewhop 60 out of the pits, Grandmaster Matt 44 climbing to 8th. Unstoppable. Saint Dito in 5th, diving into the pits, Cadsot blasting out. Phantasm leads, charging into the pits, still in P1. Daniel Cochran holds 4th. Saint Dito charges out of the pits. Phantasm charges forward, battling fiercely for that 5th position. Phantasm rockets out of the pits, Daniel Cochran follows, Phantasm claims 1st. Left sync handle charges through the pack, now sitting in 7th place. Rick Nicholson leads the pack, charging ahead, unstoppable at 1st place. Left sync handle storms out of the pits, racing for the lead. Brewhop 60 battles hard, pushing for P11, eyes on the prize. Rick Nicholson dives into the pits, holding P1, strategy in play. Kyer Martin holds 8th, 1.7 clear of left sync handle, gaining 0.7 last lap. Rick Nicholson roars out of the pits, charging back into the fray. Brewhop 60 charges, closing in on Bobbert in P10, just 1.3 seconds back. Grandmaster Matt 44 holds P5, pulling 1.4 seconds clear of Daniel Cochran. Brewhop 60 chases hard in P11, 0.8 seconds off Bobbert's pace. But can he close the gap? Phantasm in P4, closing in on Max Yang, but Yang's last lap was blistering. Brewhop 60 charges, closing in on Bobbert, just 0.3 seconds behind. Phantasm charges in fourth, closing in on Max Yang, just 0.7 seconds behind. Brewhop 60 battles fiercely, charging into P11, eyes on the top 10. Phantasm charges, just 0.3 seconds behind Max Yang in fourth. Brewhop 60 charges hard, closing in on Bobbert in P10. It's a battle. Phantasm charges, closing in on Max Yang, just 0.3 seconds back. What a battle! Brewhop 60 charges forward, closing in on Bobbert in 11th place, just 0.8 seconds back. Max Yang charges for P4, closing in on Phantasm, just 0.4 seconds behind. Brewhop 60 closes in on Bobbert, just 0.6 seconds behind in P11. Max Yang charges hard in fourth, just 0.7 seconds off Phantasm. Brewhop 60 charges hard at P11, closing in on Bobbert ahead. "15 minutes left. The tension skyrockets. Drivers push harder. Positions shift rapidly. Max Yang pushes hard, closing in on Phantasm, just 0.5 seconds behind. Brewhop 60 charges, closing in on Bobbert, just 0.8 seconds behind in 11th. Kyer Martin charges hard, closing in on Slappin in 7th place. Brewhop 60 charges through lap 15, closing in on Bobbert in P10. Max Yang charges forward, closing in on Phantasm, just 1.2 seconds behind. Slappin charges, closing in on Kyer Martin, just 0.1 seconds behind. Brewhop 60 charges hard in P10, closing in on Bobbert, just 0.8 seconds back. Max Yang charges hard in P3, closing the gap to Phantasm. Brewhop 60 charges at Bobbert, just 0.8 seconds behind in P10. Max Yang battles fiercely in third, closing in on the leaders. Charlie, top hat, rockets out of the pits, charging back into the race. Brewhop 60 charges hard, closing in on Bobbert, just 0.6 seconds back. Max Yang charges hard, closing in on Phantasm, just 1.2 seconds back. Brewhop 60 closes in on Bobbert, just 0.5 seconds back, in 10th. Max Yang charges hard, closing in on Phantasm, just 1.2 seconds back. Brewhop 60 charges hard, closing in on Bobbert, just 0.6 seconds back. Max Yang claws closer, just 1.4 seconds behind Phantasm in third. Brewhop 60 charges for P10, just 0.7 seconds off Bobbert's tail. Max Yang charges hard, just 0.6 seconds behind Phantasm in third. "10 minutes left. The tension rises. Drivers push harder, positions shuffle, excitement builds. Brewhop 60 closes in on Bobbert, just 0.3 seconds separating them. Thrilling battle. Max Yang charges P3, closing in on Phantasm, just 0.6 seconds back. Brewhop 60 charges, closing in on Bobbert, just 0.2 seconds back. Fierce battle ahead. Max Yang charges forward, closing in on Phantasm, just 0.4 seconds behind. Brewhop 60 battles fiercely, holding strong in 10th place, pushing hard for more. Brewhop 60 overtakes Bobbert, claims P9 in a thrilling maneuver. Max Yang charges hard, closing in on Phantasm, just 0.8 seconds away. Bobbert charges hard, closing in on Brewhop 60 for that crucial 9th spot. Max Yang charges, closing in on Phantasm, just 0.7 seconds back. Bobbert charges hard at Brewhop 60, just 0.4 seconds back in P10. Max Yang, P3, nails a 153.355, just 0.630 off the fastest lap. Slap-in battles fiercely in 12th, pushing hard for a top 10. Brewhop 60 holds P8, pulling 0.7 seconds clear of Bobbert.
Slap-in exits pits.
Brewhop 60 rockets to P9. Brewhop 60 charges to P8. Relentless pace, pushing hard for more. Max Yang charges into P3, closing in on the leaders. Relentless pace. Bobbert charges P9, closing on Brewhop 60, who outpaced him last lap. Max Yang lunges, closing in on Phantasm, just 0.4 seconds away. Bobbert charges hard, closing in on Brewhop 60, just 1.1 seconds back. Max Yang charges, closing in on Phantasm, just half a second behind. Bobbert charges hard, closing in on Brewhop 60, just 1.2 seconds behind at P9. Max Yang charges hard, just 0.6 seconds from Phantasm in P3. Brewhop 60 holds 8th. 1.6 seconds clear of Bobbert, pushing hard. Max Yang charges P3, closing in on Phantasm, just 0.5 seconds back. Five minutes left, tension rising, drivers pushing to the limit, positions shifting rapidly. Phantasm holds P2, half a second clear of Max Lang. Articulate Fox charges ahead, dominating lap 21 in P1. Bobbert charges forward, closing in on Brewhop 60 in 8th place. Phantasm charges out of the pits, racing back into the action. Bobbert charges to P9, gaining ground fast, relentless pursuit. Bobbin rockets to 8th, slicing through the pack with precision. Brewhop 60 holds 7th, 1.2 seconds clear of Bobbert, pushing hard. Bobbert charges hard, closing in on Brewhop 60, just 1.2 seconds back. Brewhop 60 fights for 7th, 1.6 seconds clear of Bobbert on lap 21. Bobbert closes in, just 1.3 seconds behind Brewhop 60 in 8th place. St. Dito charges forward, battling for 10th, pushing hard, gaining ground. Kyer Martin holds P9, pulling 1.1 seconds clear of Phantasm. Cads surges to P8 on lap 21, closing in fast. Kyer Martin holds P10, just ahead of St. Dito by 0.1 seconds. Kyer Martin blasts out of the pits, charging back into the race. Kyer Martin surges past Brewhop 60, claiming 6th place. Aubert charges forward, battling fiercely for P6, engines roaring. Time Delon charges hard, slicing through the pack in P13.
Articulate Fox leads, stretching 4.3 seconds over Max Yang. Fierce battle ahead.
Slappin holds P11, pulling 0.7 seconds clear of Kyer Martin. Bobbert charges at Brewhop 60, closing the gap. P7 is in his sights. Slappin charges P11, dueling fiercely with Kyer Martin, sparks flying. St. Dito charges, closes in on Kyer Martin, just 0.3 seconds away. Kyer Martin closes in on Slappin, just 0.3 seconds behind in P11. Articulate Fox crosses the finish line, claims victory. What a race. Max Yang charges to second. Grandmaster Matt 44 battles hard for third. Daniel Cochran charges to fourth, battling hard through the pack. Cads storms to P8, battling fiercely through the pack. Phantasm sprints to ninth, battling fiercely through the pack. Charlie Top Hat crosses the line, claiming 14th place, pushing hard. Left Sink Handle rockets to 5th, charging through the pack, relentless pace. Slappin charges to 10th. Kyer Martin pushes hard in 11th. St. Dito crosses the line in 12th place, fighting hard all race long. Brewhop 60 charges to 6th. Bobbert battles hard for 7th. Time. Delon charges forward, battling hard in P13, gaining momentum. DeLaun crosses the line in 13th, pushing hard till the end. Left sink handle charges past, claiming P5 in a thrilling battle.